my French. But guess what? Another great season of keeping it 100 Oklahoma High School sports. And you know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's football time. Folks, we're going to have a pretty good show. We got a couple good quarterbacks around the metro that's going to come join us in the Zoom. We're Zooming today so we get all these young men on at the same time. We're going to be missing Still from Choctaw and DJ. His team just won they're playing for this championship out there in Kansas. You know,
baseball.
Baseball. I'm sorry, let me get that right. Baseball. You know, he's a baseball 2-star athlete, so we won't have him, but we should have Reed, the 2 QBs over at Del City, and then the young up-and-coming sophomore
Bethel.
From Bethel. Got his helmet up there on the wall, Coach Ginn. They're looking to, get themselves back in, the playoffs and go a little bit further this year. I got my man RT right next to me. Big E's at his house, man. Just got back from vacation. Couldn't make it. Got a little cough, sniffles, but, hey, we'll get them fixed up and get them going again. But, folks, I'm excited because it's football season. We've been on for a couple months. But, hey, we didn't have nothing to talk about. But now we got a lot to talk about.
Got a lot.
A lot to talk about. And we got some friends up there at 918 doing the same thing that we're doing.
Okay.
They just calling it 918, but we calling it what? Keep it
100.
Because that's what we do. We keep it 100. Big E, what's going on, man? And don't say nothing about school because it's
Well, yeah, it's funny. I'm actually taking a summer course, but I'll be done with that at the end of this week, so that'll be good. Taking a little Spanish class, learning a little bit of the Espanol.
Oh,
hey,
yeah?
What? E, that's good if you're doing that because now we can go get that Hispanic clientele over here to come join us.
Okay.
On 100. Yeah. That's what we do, folks. We're always looking for different kind of ways to get things going. That's what we do. Man, I'm telling you, I'm excited, man. We're back. I ain't seen you guys in a couple months.
Yeah.
A lot of things is going on, man. I've been to Destin. I've been to Ohio. Zoe played a little basketball up in Ohio. Her team, Kansas United, they finished second in AU Nationals. I gotta say, man, I'm really proud of my baby girl. She went out there and showed me she can compete at the highest level, and she did her thing, man. And I just tell you, we're gonna keep rocking and rolling. But I tell you, football is right around the corner. High school, man, we're gonna have some great matchup week 1. Actually, not even week 1, 0 week. You're gonna have the game of the year that we wanted last year, but we gotta wait.
Yeah.
To this season to get it going.
But you know what?
What's that?
They made sure that it was gonna happen. They said we're gonna out the gate.
Out the gate, they're gonna have Choctaw, East, Yellow Jacket,
Gold Standard
going up against them Del City Eagles, man. It's kind of funny how they did Del City wrong, man. The team is in 6A, right?
Right.
And they dropped down to 5A, right?
Okay.
And they're ranked number 6. How do you be ranked number 6 and 4 of those teams on that map in front of them, they beat? Come on, now who's doing this? Who's doing the ranking?
That was last year, though.
That doesn't matter, RT. You went from 6A.
You're right. It doesn't matter. That's why you lose in the first round.
There you go. You're taking shots.
Hey, that ain't that's keeping it what?
It's keeping it 100.
All right.
But come on, RT. If you're looking at the rankings, man, you got them number 6 with everybody pretty much. I mean, they lost some key pieces, but they got a lot of key pieces coming back. They got Foreman. They got Canigel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got some guys.
Yeah.
And they're always going to have some guys over at Del City. But it's so funny how you have them. And I'm not being a homer because I know I do the Coach Jones show. But how do you have them ranked number 6? Then you got Bishop McGinnis, a team they beat. You got Kyle Albert, they beat on their home field by 30-something points. And you got them ranked in head of Del City. Come on now. Who's doing the ranking? I call some BS on that.
Yeah.
I'm going to call
where would you rank them?
Me? We lost a man. What happened? We lost Steve.
Oh, he's still there.
Right here.
Oh, okay. I thought we lost him, man. I'm getting upset. It's sad.
Where would you
rank?
Where
would I rank Carl Albert? I'll put him in the top 5. I'm sorry, Del City. They're probably top 3.
Top 3?
Top 3. But you got Bishop McGinnis in front of them. A team they beat. Carl Albert team they beat. And both of those teams ranked up. I'll probably put them in number 2 if you're asking me the real truth. The real truth, because I'm keeping it 100. I'm bringing it today. I'm bringing it because, man, you cannot put a team that got that much. And don't get me wrong, they lost a running back. They lost a quarterback in Virgil, but they still got a lot coming back. Granted, Stone went off to IMG. Maybe that's a big part of it. I don't know. But I'm just saying, when you got that much coming back for him and a guy that's committed to
they do. Del City's always had a lot.
Colorado got one guy committed?
Yes.
They got one.
Yeah.
Got one. Del City got 2.
Okay, so let's say something about that right there.
Okay,
a lot of times we rank or start going by the hype because of how many offers or a school has. This school has 6, this school has 5. for a long time, everyone knows that Carl Albert, even since 2016, Carl Albert has only had maybe one kid go D1 every year.
Every year.
But in that span, they won, what, 5 championships?
5 championships. You're right. But we're not going, are we basing rankings about what we did? Because
that's what you're doing right now.
I'm saying, Del City comes from 6A. 5A is probably tougher than 6A1 now because you lose Bigsby. I mean, it's a driver's seat for Choctaw or PC North or Deer Creek to go into 6A. Still got Stillwater, but I'm just saying 5A's become tougher now because you already got Bishop McGinnis, Guthrie, McAllister, Collinsville is already doing their thing. And now you add Miller City and Del City to the 5A. That's a powerhouse, man. Somebody ain't going to get in. Somebody might not even get in the playoffs. I'm talking about playoffs.
The good thing about it, though, the Middale athletic director, he was smart by putting all 3 in different divisions.
No,
so
that's a great job, Andy.
I believe a Middale school will be in the state championship.
I feel you on that, but I'm saying at the end of the day, you're talking about rank, you're talking about respect. At the end of the day, you didn't give Dale City Coach Jones and his coaching staff any respect.
But you know what?
Number 6.
This is a familiar role for Coach Jones.
Yeah,
the years prior, before he became a head coach, really didn't get a lot of respect. He stepped in, stepped up. He got him the respect needed. So we expect him to do the same thing.
He's gonna do his thing. Don't get the same. But at the end of the day, if I'm Coach Jones, I'm the coach. I'm looking at my guys, and I'm telling you right now, I'm taking that Bite magazine,
right,
where it shows the rankings,
right,
and I'm gonna tape it on the door. So every time they go to practice, instead of hitting the eagle, they're hitting that paper.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's gonna get me motivated, get me going. Yeah. Big E, what's going on? I know you want to talk about the Sooners before we jump into this high school. We're gonna get these quarterbacks on here. I know you're fired about your Sooners, man. But I'm telling you right now, they got them losing 3 games, Big E. You better talk. They got Oklahoma State. Hey, they got the running back from Oklahoma State on that reward for the best running back. Nook, a kid that we played against, coached against, and I'm telling you right now, they got him as one of the, what's that called? The Dork?
Dominic?
No, Dominic, I'm talking about the award for the best running back.
Doak Walker.
That's Doak Walker. They got him on that list. That tells him right now.
You got a running back on that list too.
Who they got on that list?
Eric Gray. Eric Gray.
Okay. That's
number 0.
That's what I'm talking about. You got your OU stuff. Hey, look at, he got it all in the back.
Got it
on the back. Got his hat on. Said good. He ready to go. Boy, he ready. He talk about your Sooners real quick before we jump into this high school.
Man, really the only thing to talk about with OU right now is recruiting. That's the big thing that I've been following, and it was pretty slow up until this month. They've had like 14 plus recruits commit just this month, with more to come before the end of the month this week. So, and then there's a certain 5-star safety out there that is already committed to a school, but rumor has it that he'll be flipping to OU because his quarterback is currently committed to OU. So,
okay, little package deal, huh?
Yeah, little package deal. So, and they're both 5 stars, 2 5 stars coming from the same school, out of Denton, Texas. So, I mean, that'll be
right around the corner.
Cool.
That ain't too far from home. What school was they at before they're gonna make their switch? What school were they at?
He's currently committed to Notre Dame, which Notre Dame currently has.
You go right down the street. Mom and Dad can watch every game.
Yep.
South Bend ain't winning nothing.
We just drove back from Denton, so I mean, I just got back from there today, and it was like about a 2.5 hour drive. Not bad.
I got one question to ask you, Big E. I got one question. Did you stop at Buc-ee's?
I did. We did stop at
Buc-ee's. I told RT you gonna stop at Buc-ee's.
Yeah. Buc-ee's in Texas. You got to stop at Buc-ee's and you got to stop at In-N-Out. So,
all right, tell me this. Why so people so hung up on Buc-ee's? Take your butt down to On-Q or your neighborhood 7-Eleven or Casey and get the same thing.
Buc-ee's is all of the above that you just mentioned and some.
Okay.
Buc-ee's ain't. I mean, 7-Eleven, On-Q, they ain't got that chopped brisket sandwich.
Man.
Okay, is that what you're talking about?
Or those breakfast tacos.
Okay. So, hey, I need to go talk to the owner of 7-Eleven and On-Q because On-Q got some of the best hot dogs for 99 cents. I'm telling you.
How many you get when you go?
I usually get one.
Just one?
That's a good size hot dog. Put me a little banana peppers on it, little onions on it, little ketchup, and then grab me a little diet Dr. Pepper Zero.
Yeah.
Because they got it in cherry at the store, so I grab that. And that's usually my breakfast or my lunch.
That's your go-to.
That's my go-to, baby. And I'll grab me some sunflower seeds and a little bit of gummy bears. It ain't good for my sugar, my diabetic, but it gets me going. It gets me going.
Okay.
But what else going on, RT? I know your son's going into his senior year. Carl Albert's over there trying to get locked and loaded and, doing some big things, man. Got a couple kids in that Vite magazine that I've seen, man. That's going to help the program. I know you got to have some kids move in, and the big tight end from, come from OCS. OCS. I know they got him in the magazine. Like, he been there for a couple of days, and he ain't played it down at Carl Albert. But that's what they do over there, man. Kids get the magazine because a kid do something over at another school. You jump them in the Vite magazine, the top 100. I don't understand, but hey, whoever's doing this magazine, I want to get on board and hey, I'll do it for free to help you because I'm saying you put kids in there, ain't done nothing yet, and you got them on a high pedestal.
Maybe the other kids were not there available at the time.
Oh, is that what it is? I'm just asking because I don't know. Because all I'm doing is keeping it 100 because that's what we do here. Because hey, that's what we do. We keep it 100. So tell me a little about the young man because I've got a chance. You got to see him in spring ball, and is he gonna help the team that much?
And you know how it. Well. No, I don't believe. No, he wasn't there in spring ball.
Oh, he wasn't there in spring ball? So he still ain't caught a pass.
I haven't seen, in 7-on-7 and things like that, but I have. Well, no, I take that back. I believe he was there. Well, okay, I apologize, everyone. Here's what's done happen. There's been a few changes, so normally we can go watch practice, but the change has been right now. Parents are not allowed to go into practice.
Now, why is that? I think, man, I'm telling you right now, one of the coolest things I got to do while my boys were in high school, I never missed one of their practice. I never got missed one because you never know what's going on at practice. You know what I mean? And sometimes, I don't think you should go out there and bother the coaches while you're at practice, but I think you should see what's going on because sometimes that kid's mom and daddy might have a little bit more money than me, and he might get a buy a scoreboard or some new things for the team. So he might get a little edge on my kids.
So you're right, and I believe that has something to do with it. Coach Jones wanted to make sure that all the kids felt comfortable and everybody.
You mean Coach Dunn?
Coach Dunn. I'm sorry, Coach Dunn. He wanted to make sure there was fair competition. There was no pressure, no influence, or remove the perception that there's influence. So I think that was a good move. Hopefully, eventually we be able to get back out there and kind of watch the kids.
You want to watch your son.
Definitely.
This is one thing I've learned about. Ernest Bernard told me this, about 5 years ago. He said, man, there's a lot of kids on starters their freshman year. So you got 10 games in high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
A couple years ago, you didn't have 10 because of COVID was canceling games and not. But for a good year, everything going good, you got 10 games. So you're guaranteed 10 high school games. Anything after that, in which Carl Albert always do, they always go to the finals, semifinals, quarterfinals, and all that. So they're going to get more games.
Right.
But for a regular high school, and we'll talk about some of these teams when we get into the 6A big, that you're only going to get 10 games. Mm-hmm. So say if you get hurt, say you get sick or something, you might not get your 10 games. So you're only guaranteed 30 high school games. And as you see, and I know I talked to Reggie yesterday on the phone, and we kind of talked about this, a few years back, my boys were playing in their senior year. And it was the coolest thing is they made a run. The Eagles part of that. They made a run. They made it to the semifinals, got beat by Stillwater. But, now you look back at that team, on that 2020 team, how many of those kids are still playing college football? Probably just Jeff Roberson. You know what I'm saying? I think you got Gabe Johnson still wrestling for UCO.
Right.
A lot of those kids is not playing sports, or they're in the real world like we are. So that's why I said high school is the funnest time because when you get to the next level, it becomes a what?
Business.
That's a business, a job.
Right.
You might not get to come home and visit your family. You might not get to do the things that you want to do, but that's why I think, I think you should let the kids the parents come to practice and stay in the car, stay in the stands, whatever, as long as they're not being, destructive to the team and causing any problem.
Right.
I think you should be able to come to practice, though. So I'm all for about coming to practice.
And hopefully it'll get back to that point. Definitely by, the first game, because at that point, most of the positions will be spoken for.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then going back to, how Vite goes, there are times where, some kids are not available.
Yeah.
If I had the decision and was the head coach, I would have liked to also see the running back, Xavier Robinson. And
I heard big things about that young man.
The receiver, Trinae.
And that's just now, he's going to just be a sophomore, right?
Trinae, the receiver, sophomore, and then the running back, Rob, will be a junior.
So
to have those kids who actually played there, and put in some work, and we know what they can do, that they will appreciate that. But again, you never know what goes into the whole selection process.
Well, that kid's a senior too. Those guys are underclassmen, so you kind of look at that. They're trying to get his face after he comes over. He's getting recruited. I think he got a couple offers already. You know, he plays defensive end, tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Good sized young man.
Yes,
what is he about? What, 6 what?
I'm gonna say about 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, play tight end, defensive end. So he's gonna get some looks, and so maybe they're just trying to pub him, which I give coaches that, because some coaches don't pub you. They just let you kind of do your own thing. So that's why I think it's good for these young men to get out on Twitter and get to these camps and get seen and get their tape out there and send it to these coaches, man. You know, when we talk to these QBs here in a few minutes, we need to tell them the same thing. You know, you got Still, you know, he's gonna go to Akron. He's supposed to come on. He's not coming on. Then you got like DJ. You know, he's in Kansas playing ball. You know, we set the show up, man, for the Metro QBs around here. They kind of let people find out who they are, because you hear about a kid, but you never get to see what that kid's all about. You never get to see his face, and that's why we're zooming, so we can have them all at the same time and have a good time. And I get a shout out to Big E, because he thought of that, instead of calling them one by one, kind of have them all on the Zoom and let them. I mean, because they're all friends at the end of the day.
Right.
At the end, I mean, you're gonna compete on the field, but at the end of the day, they're friends. If they saw one of them broke down, they're going to pick each other up and help each other out, and that's what it's all about, man. Enjoy it. I'm going to tell all of them, a couple of them are seniors and a couple of them underclassmen, but enjoy every minute, because I'm telling you, man, once you click your finger, man, them 10 games go quick.
It's over.
It's over. I mean, you got, especially if you start off at week 0, man, you get it kicked off. So week 0 is going to be fun, man. We got some good matchups. Like I said, the game of the I'm going to call it the game of the year. Me and Ronnie kind of talked about it. He thinks that the Choctaw Deer Creek game, but I just tell you right now, Choctaw got a tough opening, non-conference game, man. You start off with Dale City, then you got Santa Fe, then I know you got Westmore, which Westmore, last year they won 9 games, but
no,
I'm sorry, they lost 9 games, won 1 game. Hey, man, you see that? He hit me with a crossover.
Yeah, he was quick to correct that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my fault. Zoe's like, I wish I would have done 9 games. I wouldn't have been on that show with you getting beat up. But no, I just think that, that's a tough schedule. But I got to give it up to Corbin and this crew, because, he lost his defense coordinator, lost his offensive coordinator, and he's starting all over. But, truth to be told, still knows that offense like the back of his hand, because he's been running it since his freshman year when Dad was a quarterback, and he's backing Thad up. So not really much of change there. They lose their whole offensive line. So that's going to be, interesting for them. But, I know Coach Jones is probably, picking his heels and studying that film, because the kid is the thing about it, you think you got him tackled, and then the next thing you know, he vanished, and now he's making a play down the field. So that's going to be a game that I know I'll be at, front row seat. It's going to be hot. I might have a little umbrella on me. I don't want to work on my tan no more, but but I'm saying it's going to be some good games opening up the season. But I just tell you, when we get into 6A football, man, when we decided just to do one team at a time instead of trying to do, one class at a time, because there's so much stuff to talk about with these teams. Jinx, they're coming off back-to-back state championship. Guess what? Their quarterback said, peace, and move on down the street. And that's just so funny how they can do that, because I tell you, if Carl Albert, Choctaw, Mill City, Delsey's doing that, man, OSA say is at everybody's house checking toothbrushes and combs and pictures and everything else. But I guess in Tulsa, they live their own world at 918. So, like I said, we'll jump into that. But, RT, what else been going on, though?
Not a whole lot, man. Like you said, very excited about this year's football season. Can't wait to see what some of these guys do. Hopefully everyone has a really good season, healthy season. No one gets hurt, and just ball out. Because, again, especially for those seniors, play every game as if it's your last game, because you just never know.
Yeah, it's crazy, though, because like you said, man, this is it. 10 games, it could be over. You get the chance to play those, 12, 13, 14, to get to the state championship and play on that Friday or Saturday night at UCO. That's big time, and like I said, we'll jump into this 6A big real quick. Ranked number 1 in the state is your Jinx Trojan coming off back-to-back state champions. The thing about that, though, Jinx lose their starting quarterback. The kid was a freshman last year. He packs up and move out. So now they're gonna have to be led by they got 2 good running backs in Jalen Stanford and Jaden Carell, and quarterback situation is going to be kind of up in the air. I think they got a kid named Owens and Brian Presley. you know, who holds now he holds offers already. The Presley kid does.
Arizona, North Texas, Florida State, North Carolina, and Charlotte, and I believe Texas A&M.
He's a QB.
Freshman, I believe.
Oh, that kid, but
Is it?
That Brian Press. Oh, you're talking about the young kid that was supposed to move in. I don't think he's coming now.
Really?
Yeah, I think the kid from California. I don't think he's coming now, so I think that's why they're gonna have a question mark. This young man was supposed to come in. I think he got links in with Jinx. Daddy is tied in. Might have played at Jinx of the year.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, but I don't think he's coming now. I think the
man.
word on the street that he ain't coming. But that's what we do over here, keeping 100. We know stuff before you know it, and that's what we do. Because, but really, truly, I don't think he's coming. So that's why that quarterback is a question mark. You know, coming in at number 2 is who?
Union.
And what did they do?
Won a state champion. The quarterback Shaker won a state championship as a freshman last year at Jinx.
Yeah, but now he went to where?
He went to Union.
He packed his car.
Yeah,
he probably ain't got a car. He's a QB, so he probably got a nice little car.
How these kids get to bounce around?
I don't know, RT. Like I'm just telling you right now. You know, you're not loyal. I mean, and that's what's wrong with this right here. How do you pack your stuff up? You just won a state championship at Jinx, E. You hear me, E?
Maybe he got word that that one kid was coming in, and he was like, "Well,
yes, but my whole point is competition. If you're gonna go to college, you got to compete, right?"
Well, you start thinking about that as these kids make their commitments, and before they sign that letter of intent, they do see where they rank in the depth chart. So if you got 3 or 4 or 5 stars ahead of you, you gonna go to that school?
Yeah, but E though, man, this kid's a freshman that's coming in. He ain't played it down here in Oklahoma. No, he's coming from California, where he's coming from. But you got to still.
He has more offers than the other kids, so obviously.
I mean, so when they offer him, when they start offering him, okay, so when they start offering him, he's in 8th grade.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
I'm just saying. I mean, the kid must be bad, man. But I mean, I don't think he's coming now. So I tell you right now, you know, the kid that left and went over to Union, I think Union got a little bit more than fire pot. Because you got to think, last year he played them in the state championship, right?
Yeah.
Jinx lost a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Union probably played a bunch of young kids. So, hey, I figured I'd go over to Union, win a state championship. So then next year he'll probably go to Wausau. And after Wausau, he'll probably go to Broken Arrow. So he's going to win a state championship. All the teams here in Tulsa. That's what y'all doing down there at 918. You just pack up and move around. Hey, coming in at number 3 is who?
Bigsby.
I tell you right now, they won't make it to the finals. You heard it straight. You heard it here at Keep It 100. Bigsby will not make it to the state championship.
The Arkansas commit Luke may have something different.
But I'm gonna tell you though, man. I mean, you don't have that Preston kid no more. That Preston kid.
But guess what happened?
They got another brother, but he ain't ready. He's still in diapers.
No, we got another transfer.
Okay.
They got the Wausau QB, I believe.
Okay, that's what they doing now.
Yeah, they just swapping.
They playing musical chairs.
That's what it is.
That's what they're doing down there in Tulsa. 918, I see you down there. Hey, those guys that do that 918 show, they got a lot to talk about when it comes to QB.
Man,
and transferring out. But Bigsby, like I said, I mean they come in, you know, like I said, number 3 and then 6A, dominated 6A2 for the longest time. I think that everybody got tired of playing them in the state championship, didn't have a chance to win a state championship. But, you know, the last closest games they've had has been against Choctaw. I think it was still sophomore year. Played them to a 3-point game and had a chance to beat them in the finals his sophomore year and ran out of time. But I think Bigsby kind of let him know coming back last year, still his junior, and let him know we are the real deal and we beat you 77-7. So, hey, take your Yellow Jackets and your gold standard and keep it there right there in Choctaw's field because they let him know who's the real team. So, I tell you what, Bigsby, though, I don't think they'll make it to the state championship. I think they're kind of young. I think they got to figure out the quarterback situation. You know, they got a young man that can run. The Connor Kirby. I think that's the kid that came from the Connor Kirby kid. I think that's the one that plays the running back and plays kind of like the dual threat, the heel quarterback. Right. Yeah. For New Orleans, kind of built like him, runs like him. More of a running quarterback than he is a throwing quarterback. Yeah. But I just think, you know, they get the young Presley up and going. I think he's still young, just a freshman. Probably got to get some meat on him. Here he's going to be as good as his 2 brothers. If he's anything like them, Bigsby will be special the next couple of years. But, hey, when you move around and transfer, move to a different district, different, class, it's going to take you some time because I'll tell you right now, I just think they're not really young. They got some weapons, but I think it's going to be a while before they can get back and get going. But I think that's where we're at, though. Coming in at number 4. Number 4 is BA. You know, BA it's been one of those deals that they you know, they won a state championship a couple years ago. The next following year, they fired the coach. You know, they got a new coach that came in last year. I think he's going to get them going again. I mean, they're going to be led by their running back, Nate Jones, with the support of the O-line. The defense will be led by the starter linebacker, Dietrich Moore. Good linebacker. You should see this young man, you know, get some letters and some offers from some big schools coming down the road. Wassel comes in at what?
Number 5.
Number 5, Wassel. The offense will be led by their QB Mason Willingham and an athlete, Cole Adams. Cole Adams is probably one of the best receivers in the state. Young man runs great routes, kind of like another Wes Walker, the receiver for the Rams that just won it. What's his name?
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp. You know, I think he's built kind of like him. Runs great routes. You know, a great young man. I watched him last year when they played Santa Fe, and he showed me a lot of good things when I got a chance to watch him in person. You know, got great soft hands and runs great route. The defense will be led by, I don't know if this is his brother or not, Jake Adams in the secondary, and what's the young man's name? Foster at linebacker in the defense line, Tyler Rich. So that's a Wassel coming in at number 5. Mustang,
number 6.
Mustang. I tell you right now, Mustang's a team that, you know, kind of started off slow, but once they got going, they showed people that they can play. They got beat last year with the semifinals. They will be led by, you know, 2 talented receivers. Jacoby, I feel like this Jacoby Johnson kid has been there forever, and then Keegan Bass is a good receiver too. Jacoby 6'3" and Keegan 5'10". They'll have some good weapons, 2 good weapons to throw the ball to. Like I said, lost last year in the big game. They're looking forward to getting back to the big game. Yep. That's Mustang coming in at number 6. Edmond Santa Fe.
Number 7.
This team right here, man, I think they lost last year in the quarterfinals, and the year before they lost in the finals. They're just trying to find a way to get to the finals, get back to the finals. Then the contender, like I said, Coach Kyle White. The offense will be led by senior lineman John Ashford, and Z Notes to make many ways for the running back, Demetrius Robbins. You know, defense will be Chris Fitzpatrick, and the big man they had in the top 100 in the Vibe. What's his name now?
Bergen Kaiser.
Sorry, folks, if I'm beating these kids' name up. Won't these parents give these kids some easy names like a Tony and a Harty?
It's the parents' fault.
Yeah, it's their fault, man. Trying to be creative. Get your baby easy names so it's easy to pronounce. So coming in at number 8, Norman North. The offense will be led by receiver Brandon Dory and running back Chapman. On defense, defensive lineman Parker Adams. I'm sorry, Parker Andrew. Norman North is a team that, you know, has been fighting the last couple of years to make it to the playoff. But, you know, the Chapman young man, like I said, you know, I was talking earlier, is that he's a young man that's got an offer from OU. The kid's only 5'7", was a hell of a wrestler in his younger years. So he's caught somebody's eye. I don't know if OU's is a prefer a walk-on or it's a you know, full-time scholarship. So congratulations to that young man. Like I said, it gives young people that's short an opportunity. Hey, man, OU's gonna look at me. You know, maybe Lincoln Riley didn't look at short running backs, but hey, you know, the good thing about Venables, you know, his staff is okay at taking a guy that's not.
They're all about the talent. They don't go by the hype of the upside or the how tall, long. If you can play ball, they're going to give you an opportunity.
So number 9 is Norman, and who they led by Mr. RT.
Dual threat QB. Yeah, I think his name is Tyus
McCarthy. Yeah. Folks, if we're beating these names up, forgive us because, like I said, we're like the one guy told me before, we're not journalists, we're just keeping 100 guys. So that's what we do over here. But I just tell you right now, you know, Eben North, this is funny to see Eben North. They're coming in at number 10. Eben North.
When's the last time they've been ranked?
I couldn't tell you, man. That might be a trivial question that we ask people. When's the last time Eben North has been ranked? But, I mean, they're led by their quarterback, Bryce Bender, and running back Xavier Shackelford. And Devin Alexander on defense. They got 8 returning starters. So maybe that's like, you know, you talked earlier about, you know, we talking about Carl Albert and Dell City, the rankings where they're at. Maybe that's why Eben North is ranked in the top 10 because they got 8 returning starters on defense and, you know, got a pretty good quarterback that can help them get things done. Coming in, you know, they're not ranked, but the Moore Lions is a team that you can't sleep on. I think with them being you know, with a new coach, Coach Brian, a guy that you know real well. That coached over at the Yellow Jacket Land for a while. Now he takes the head coaching job over at Moore Lions, and you know he spent some time over at Sophomore when they were really good with the Thompson boys, and that team was playing Jinx in the semifinals. So this tells you where he's at. And he has a great quarterback and Denver Wolf and the young sophomore running back in receiver CJ Moore. So that's big time. Coach Brian, I'm a big fan of. Love to have him on the show and kind of talk to him and see what his season goes in. You got Westmore, a team that finished up 1-9. Zoe's gonna have his work cut out this year. I was kind of looking at the schedule. I mean, the schedule, man. The guy got a tough schedule. I'm looking at it, man, and I'm not being mean. I love Zoe like a brother, and actually, I'm even helping the little Jags 6th grade team. My nephews last year playing Little League football. So
you said last year was going to be your last year.
I thought last year was going to be, but when you win,
you like MJ. Came out of retirement twice.
Came out of retirement twice. But I didn't change my number though. It's still the same. But like I said, I'm helping my brother with his last year.
That's so cool, man.
My brother did a lot with my boys, Gabe and Deshaun, and so I'm just giving back to him. And I tell you, I'm having fun. I make that drive over to Moore, and I get there, I don't like it, but when I get out the car, I love it.
Yeah.
Being around kids I don't know, and I don't have a kid on the team. I can't play daddy ball. I'm gonna put the best kids on the field, and the parents have been pretty good though. They sit back in their lawn chair and nobody's complaint or nothing. So, but look at that Zoe, man. The best I think he can do. I mean, his non-district games are Union, Yukon, and Choctaw, and then he opened up the district games. Moore, Jinx, BA, Enid, Bigsby, Norman, North. The night he really can get a win. A guaranteed win is playing sophomore because they're probably the worst team in 6A football. Excuse me, sophomore, but you guys got a lot to do to get better. And I'm just keeping it 100 because when we get to them, and they won 4 games in the last 3 years and lost 27. I know they got a new coach over there, but he got his work cut out. Man, that team ain't been the same since the Thompson boys.
Yeah.
He got a lot of work to do over there, man. I mean,
but see, and it's almost not fair because a lot of kids that should be playing there normally they've been transferring out, as you said, since Casey left.
Yeah.
Went to Newcastle, and ever since then, it's hard to keep kids there.
This is a guy I'm gonna let you talk about them. Enid Plainsman, man. Coach Woods. Oklahoma State graduate. Millwood. So let you talk about them.
Well, anytime, like you said, Coach Woods, that all 3 of the Woods brothers, I believe, made All-State, played D1 ball and a little bit of pro. So with that pedigree or just that experience of playing ever since Pee Wee ball all the way to the professionals and being able to get kids just about anywhere an opportunity to play at the next level, those guys know what they're doing. So I'm always a fan of wherever Coach Woods is at, even when he was at John Marshall.
I said Millwood. I'm sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, they went to school at Millwood.
Yeah,
right. So even when he was there, he got some of those kids those good those offers, just like Justin Burrows, who's up there at OU. I believe this will be his last year up there. So yeah, I believe that they do really good.
Yeah. Coming in is UConn, man. I mean, with Coach Hayne coming off of 4-7, returning 6 offensive players, and then 5 on defense. I think UConn is still kind of running that what is it? Swinging T, broke T. An option. Probably the only team in 6A that's running that kind of offense. I just think that they're gonna have a tough time making it to the playoffs. I mean, when you add Bigsby. You add Bigsby to the mix, and so that takes out another team having a chance to win. I mean, get in the playoffs and win it, and so it just makes it tougher for some of these teams like the Enid, the Westmores, the Yukons, the Edmond Memorials. Edmond Memorial is led by his QB David McComb. We'll have a great receiver, 6'1" Camden Park. He had over 400 yards last year. Defense led by Markel Johnson and Mullins. So I mean, they're looking to do some big things, and as you can see, you got 2 of the teams, Edmond Santa Fe and Edmond North, is in the top 10 in 6A big, and so Edmond Memorial's knocking on the door saying, hey, what can we do to get ourselves there? Because we see our 2 counterparts there,
right?
And Edmond getting in there. What do we got to do? And I think, they've kind of changed some things up. I was looking the other day on Twitter, and I think they've added some coaches. So hopefully they can get things turned around there. Who does that leave us? We got anybody else left?
Now, you've already talked about Southmore. So Edmond Memorial is basically like the Southmore and more.
I just tell you, man, it's sad that, that, Edmond Memorial and Southmore, what they're doing at the program, because, years back, Edmond Memorial, when I was in high school, Edmond Memorial was a powerhouse, with Shea Foster winning them a state championship, a kid that was at Mill City, Maroney, and then Edmond went and got that big money and bought him out there, and kid went from driving a Pinto to a Porsche. That's what they do when you want to win.
Man.
Guess what? It all paid off. They got their name on their water tower up there.
That was the PPP loan back in the day.
That was it. That was like when they got in now in college. The money they get was
NIL.
NIL. That's what Edmond was doing. They gave Shea Foster NIL. But I just tell you, man, folks, we're gonna get into small 6A next week and talk about them Yellow Jackets and I mean I think that class is wide open. That district is wide open. And for somebody to win states, you take Bigsby out, and now the door's open for anybody.
Yeah.
I think PC West. People don't sleep on. I know we'll get more into them here in a few weeks, but I mean next week. But I just tell you, Coach Alexander coming over from Douglas did a good thing over at Mount St. Mary. Now he's taking a PC West, and I know Lenny Burt is the athletic director over there. Got that Bomber blood, and he wants to turn that football program around just like his basketball. And their girls basketball be one of the best teams here in the state the next few years because they got those BTR girls coming up. So I just tell you, man, Coach Alexander, man, do not sleep on him. I know they was out at Pad Camp in Noble, and had some people kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
So don't think they're gonna be your homecoming. You got to come play.
Right.
I'm telling you, he'll knock you off. Man, the guy can coach. And that's one thing about him. He won some games over at Douglas, and so he'll do the same thing when he gets those kids over at PC West. Because like I said, it's wide open. I think not knocking nobody, but when you got a 3-year starter and a kid like Steele, I know they got Cash Williams to be the projected to be the next starter over at Choctaw, but I think they'll lose a little bit, and not knocking nobody, but every year people gonna get move in and move out.
Right.
But I don't think Choctaw got a lot of big move ins this year that's gonna help them down the road. When Carl Roberts doing this thing and DLC doing this thing, these kids are not moving out. Granted, I know they got the bond coming over at Choctaw and gonna have an indoor facility, but
that's nice.
I mean, that's still a few years out.
That's real nice.
Still a few years out. It ain't happening tomorrow. So, you got to start, plotting to see where you're gonna send your kid at in the next future. But I think Carl Roberts done some big things. They've added some different coaches to the program. Adding Coach Wilkerson. I mean, a guy that played OU, that played some years in the NFL.
14 years in the NFL.
I mean, that's a big part. I tell you, man.
Yeah.
You got a guy that's been around some NFL and know all the different techniques, and I've heard good things about him teaching those D linemen what they got going over there. So, hey, don't sleep on Kyle Albert, man. They're gonna make a run for that gold ball in 5A like they always do. Last year they came up short in the semifinals. I think if they win that game against Collinville, they go off and beat McAllister. So, like I said, we'll get in there. I know that's RT's cup of tea to 5A. Like I said, we'll get in that small 6A and keep doing our thing. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get these QBs on here real quick and see what they want to talk about. Maybe get a little trash talking going, a little prediction going. I mean, like I said, they've been good if we could have got Steele. But you know what? Some people don't want to come on Keep It 100 because what we do is what?
Keep it 100.
So, Big E, we're going to take a quick break and get these QBs on here and get it going and finish up this segment. Keeping it what?
Keeping it 100, Oklahoma High School Sports.
Come on, RT.
I was waiting on you.
We've been doing all the time. We got to do this one more time. We do what?
Keep it 100, Oklahoma High School Sports.
We'll be right back after one of our sponsors. Welcome to Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports on this special Sunday night with some of the QBs around the metro. We got Bryce, the young man from Bethel, just a sophomore, started as a true freshman. We got my 2 young men from Del City. One go by Cinco, Mr. George, and we got my man Day that played in the Bomber organization as a senior. They're both going to battle for the quarterback. There you got the man Reed Dequasie that took Carl Albert to the semifinals, and he's looking to win a state championship in his senior year. Hey guys, how y'all doing this evening?
Doing good. Doing good.
I want each one of y'all to introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about yourself real quick. Somebody be a leader.
I'll go first.
You want to go?
Go ahead.
I'm Reed Dequasie. I'm Carl Albert's quarterback. I'm going into my second year playing quarterback at high school. And this year I'm playing both ways. I'm playing some defense too.
Good job. Good to hear that. Who's up next?
I'm George Gouldsby. This is my junior year, and I'm looking to start at Del City.
I like that. You know what I like about that, George? You got 2 QBs on from Del City, and I know you guys are both great athletes. So whoever don't get the job is still going to support the other one and help the team in other ways. So who's up? Go ahead, Mr. Day. We'll let you get going.
My name is Dkalen Godwin. I'm be a senior at Del City, playing quarterback, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Are you gonna play some corner this year too? Because you're outstanding corner. Too.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play some DB too.
Okay. Daddy, I like
sure.
Daddy. Daddy comes from that little farm organization.
Yeah.
He was 4 or 5 years old. Tell mom and dad I said hi.
All right, I got you.
Bryce.
All right,
Go ahead, Bryce.
I'm Bryce Tapley. I'm going into my sophomore year and started last year. Looking forward to start this year.
Well, Bryce, I'm gonna start with you, man, since you're the youngest on the show. Last year you started as a freshman, man. You know, coming straight out of 8th grade. Your daddy was an excellent football player with Del City and wrestler. You guys moved out to Bethel. Not only you good on the football field, but you're an excellent baseball player too. You're just a good round athlete. So what's going to take for Bethel to get back? You know, Coach Gill lives in my neighborhood, you know, and I know he's really high on you. So what's it going to take for you guys to get back and have a chance to win a state championship out there in Bethel?
I think we have the talent as long as we play together and be disciplined. I think we have a chance to go a long ways.
That's good stuff. All right.
What team in your district or conference or class do you think will give you a good game? Some of your toughest competition.
I think Jones and Chandler will be pretty tough.
Okay.
You know, Jones is always putting out great quarterbacks. The last couple of years, you know, they got Carson May. You know, he's went off. He's gone now. He went off to Iowa now. You know, you can be the focal point of that class. You know, like I said, start as a true freshman. Right. You know, a lot of people don't start as a freshman, man. And, you know, you as a young man, you know, I don't know how old you are, 14, 15, 16, whatever. But, you know, starting, you know, how many games you started last year as a freshman, that's big time. So, you know, by the end of the year, you wasn't a freshman no more. You was a sophomore. So really going into this year, you're going to be a junior, having all those games under your belt. So I'm looking forward to big things out of you this year, man. I think it's going to be good to have to see what you put up this year, you know, especially going into your second year. Reed Dequasie, tell me a little bit about yourself, man. I know you over there at Carl Albert, so tell me a little bit about yourself, Mr. Dequasie.
We're all working hard doing that performance course all summer. Looking forward to getting the actual pads on and getting working again. But ready for the season, to be honest with you.
That's good stuff. So, Reed, you know, like I said, you're going into your senior year. You transferred out from Choctaw, you know, where they got a great quarterback. He's supposed to be on this show. He didn't end up making it, but, you know, I know you put some time in with Tom George. You spent a lot of your time throwing the ball and getting yourself ready, you know, for a season because, you know, one of the things that people talked about that you wasn't a great thrower, but I know what you do with haters, you set them up and you go out there and prove people wrong. And I know you're going into a big year. And I think, you know, once people kind of see what you've done over the summer and what you did last year, you know, some games that I can remember sitting next to one of the great Carl Albert, a Guthrie game, and you know, I'll tell
where
people,
he threw over 200 yards, but he's not a good passer. Okay,
that's it. But I tell you what I really liked about that, Reed. You know, all your uncles, you know, played at the school where I went to, Midway City, and you called it Bomber Magic. But at that night, I had to say it was Carl Albert Magic. You know, not even on that game, what you did, just you know, in the playoffs, you know, against Collinsville. I know you guys ended up fumbling the ball down there on the kickoff return, but I really thought you guys would have got the chance to get the ball. You guys would have went down and scored and won the game. But, you know, Reed, tell me what some of the weapons you got this year, you know, coming back, you know, with this team being your senior. I know you want to win that gold ball.
We're going to have a really strong receiving core, starting with Trinae Washington, the returning outside receiver. He's going to do a lot of work like he did last year, and I think he's ready for it. because he's got that first kind of year. I felt like last year was a little shell shock, but as soon as he got used to it, he started to grow.
Yep.
I feel like this season he's ready to hit it like full stride.
That's good.
And
stuff.
then
That's good
we
stuff.
got Tayshawn, which y'all know him. He can run.
Yeah.
He's athletic. He wants the ball. Let him do his thing out there. Then we got Caleb Cornell that moved in, tight end. He's gonna be a huge factor being able to use him both as a slot and a tight end, and playing at DN next year. And then we got Tristan, which is also he's gonna be a sophomore this year, but last year he didn't really play any varsity, but he stepped up a whole lot during spring ball and all of our 7-on-7 stuff. He's been doing really good. And we got Xavier Robinson, Tanner Norman. All of them are all getting bigger and we're all getting stronger.
So, so it seems like Coach Don, going into his second year, he's got you guys in the weight room and doing some 7-on-7. A lot of the stuff they didn't do on the Coach Cooley and Coach Rose, but seemed like Coach Don is kind of changing that chemistry over there and say, hey, we're going to go play pad camp. We're going to go play in the 7-on-7 tournaments, which to me, I think it makes you guys better from throwing the ball, catching the ball, and covering. So I'll give it up to Coach Don and his staff. And I know on the defensive side of the ball, you said you're going to play both sides of the ball. So tell me a little bit about that defense, what you guys got.
Oof, we're strong on defense again. We had Trinae at corner last year. He's returning. We had Tayshawn returning. And then the other side, either Tristan or Caden are going to have to take it up on that side. I don't know. Both of them are doing really good, so that's going to be a tough battle. Then we have Raylan on the defense. We have Chansey coming on the defense. Then we got our linebackers, Cody Longstreet. Caden Longstreet's doing good. We got Caleb Cornell, like I said earlier, as the D end. And then extra playing middle linebacker, too. We have a lot
That's
of
big
players.
time. Yeah. Archie, you got any questions for him? I know that's your hometown CA.
But no, I'm just excited to see you being able to be used in more than just one position. Everyone knows that you're an athlete, whether that's basketball, track. You definitely did your thing last year at quarterback. I'm looking forward to you doing the same thing and also seeing how you can help those Titans on the defense side of the ball.
Big time, bro. Reed, I tell you right now, man, I'm excited. I picked you last year's player of the year. I might have came up short, but I know you made some people recognize who Reed Dequasie was, and I'm a big Dequasie fan. Got a chance to play with your dad and uncle at Midwest City, and I just think you're taking that same tradition. You might not be wearing that black and gold, but I know you're taking that same tradition over to Carl Albert and helping them win big games and do big things. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to big things from you this year, man. And then, like I said, setting the haters up, though. I know people talk about backup quarterback, and this is my biggest thing. College is the big time. High school, everybody loves the backup quarterback. But you know what? When the backup quarterback, they ready to boo him off the field too. So keep doing your thing, man. Let the haters tell them shh and let you do your thing. So let's move over to one of these Dell City QBs. Let's start off with you, George, since you are a Dell City. Here we go. Let's start off with you, Mr. George. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I know you played QB and you played some baseball.
This year I'm looking forward to start for the Dell City Eagles. Pass a little bit more than we did last year.
Yes, sir.
And give our key guys the ball and let them do their thing.
Yeah. So, George, like I said, you're in a friendly battle with Day. Like I said, I know at the end of the day, somebody's going to win the job, and Coach Jones got you both on this show because, like I said, I know a starter hasn't been named yet, and, I always tell people all the time, you got to have two great quarterbacks to win a state championship, to win ball games because somebody can go down the first game, and then I know this happened a couple years ago, when Quentin was running QB for Dell City, he gets hurt, and they had to bring in their backup, and he won some ball games to Quentin come back. So no matter whoever wins the job, I know you both going to support each other because that's what brotherhood do. So hating on it, like I said, if you're not playing QB, what else can you play?
There you go.
Probably a little bit of defense, probably some safety.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, how tall are you, Mr. George?
About 5'9", 5'10".
See that, and that's a good size for a DB. You're sitting at that size. People's gonna look at you. Like I said, I know you can throw the ball. I've seen you throw the ball. I know you put the work in. I know you both have put the work in. And like I said, I don't think Coach Jones can go wrong with either one of you. But I said, it's gonna take a lot of work because last year you had the quarterback in what was the young man's name last year? It slipped my mind.
Virgil Yates.
Virgil Gates. I know you had him last year. He's more of a runner, and then you said something earlier in the show. It's like we're going to throw the ball a little bit more. And I really think against Sand Springs, they set up to stop the run, and he can throw the ball. And I think to win a state championship, it's going to take and throw the ball. I don't care what class you're in now, you got to sling the ball around because people can put 9 in the box and go man-to-man on your receivers, and now it takes away from you guys, running the ball. So just think that whoever Coach Jones picked is going to be a good pick. Like I said, I think whoever it is going to help them, open the season up. You got your, I was hoping we have Steele on here, but y'all can trash talk a little bit. But you guys opened up against Choctaw. It was a game that you guys both were supposed to play last year. So what are you feeling like this year? You got Choctaw in 0 week. How do y'all feel about that game?
I feel coach is gonna put us in a great position to win that game as long as we pay attention and listen to what they're telling us.
Yeah. So have y'all watched any film on Choctaw?
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So does the man of Steel? Do you feel like he's the best quarterback in high school in the state of Oklahoma?
In my opinion, no, but that's just me.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to say yourself. But no, I like that being humble, though. We're trying to make this fun, guys. We're going to ask y'all some questions that kind of, stand out and, and make this show interesting because I know everybody's going to want to watch what you guys are saying. But I appreciate talking to Mr. Georgia. We'll come right back to you. We're going to move it over to Mr. Day-Day.
Day-Day.
Sure.
Day-Day still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Well, Mr. Day-Day, like I said, I know you're going into your senior year. Last year you played corner. You're a great, outstanding basketball player. Love watching your game. I know you probably stand about 5'6", 5'7", 5'8". How tall are you, Day-Day?
The last camp I went to, I measured it like 5'7".
I tell you, but you play like you're 6'2". Watching you in basketball, man, I got to watch you play against Middle City and just when Coach Laney brought you in, man, he was kind of like a little firecracker. You made things happen. The game was kind of close, and you came, you made a couple steals. You were out there covering the biggest guy on the court. Just love watching you play because you play bigger than what you are, and that's what it's all about, man. I know sometimes us short guys, I have a short son, sometimes they don't get the love they need. So I know this year, you stepped up to, competing for the quarterback job. What made you say, hey, man, I want to do this? Because I know you can sling the rock.
Well, really, I'm not even really a quarterback at heart, but for real, it's just I want the ball in my hands to make plays for others. That's what it really was.
I like that.
Yeah. So do you feel like, even if you get the quarterback job or don't get the quarterback job, is there somewhere else you can help the team? I know on defense, but is there somewhere else on the team on offense you can help on that?
Oh, for sure. Me and George already got the chemistry from me a receiver before I went to quarterback. So we already, if I don't get the quarterback, I'm still gonna provide on offense for him.
Got that chemistry.
I like
already.
that, man.
Yeah.
You know what? And that's what it takes, for you guys. You guys moved down from 6A to 5A. I know, looking at the rankings, man, I think you guys kind of got shafted a little bit. They got you guys ranked number 6 in 5A, and a lot of teams in front of you that you've already beat as a quarterback. I know he's on this show, Mr. Dequasie, and then, you got Bishop McGinn as a team you guys also beat. And they got these teams ranked ahead of you. So, I mean, how does that make you feel, the team that's coming back with all the talent you guys have?
For me, it's just motivation. Like they just see the players that left and not the players that's coming in. We got turning starters, so really, we just foot on the pedal.
That's it, man.
Like
you guys opened up this year with Choctaw. Everybody was wanting that game last year. I won that game bad last year. As you see, we got the helmets on the table. We're going Zoom, so we got Choctaw, we got Del City's helmets right here. They're gonna hook up with week 0, man. And I'm telling you, I'm looking for that to be the game of the year because last year with all the hype and all the hype behind the game, and two coaches both played at Carl Albert and both coached at Del City. Now they get to face each other, and Coach Jones and then Corbin from Choctaw. So what do you think going into that game? This being your senior year, Del City's never lost to Choctaw. So what do you think going into your senior year? What's it going to take for you guys to win that ball game?
For us, it's just for the defense to get at Steele, make him rush the throws, make him just feel uncomfortable in the pocket because the offense is gonna be there. We're gonna try to make him most uncomfortable as possible.
And that's the thing about this young man. Still, he's kind of like a magician, man. One minute you think you got him, the next thing he vanished and he's throwing the ball down the field for a 50, 60-yard touchdown.
Yep.
The kid is special, man. I've got a chance to watch him when my boys are there, and then now he's doing his thing for the last 3 years, and I just think that Dell City's defense is going to be a challenge, and you guys are salty, and then your DBs can cover. So it's going to be a great matchup. But, like I said, I think if you can slow him down, the game can come. But you can't really just concentrate on him because they do got a great running back in Latrell, and then they got Juju. So they do got some weapons. So, like I said, for being the first game of the kickoff of the season, it's going to be a great game because a lot of teams are still going to make small mistakes because it's your first game. So, I know Coach Jones is putting in the work and getting ready. And I know Coach Corbin's doing the same thing. So I'm looking forward to watching that game. Archie, you got any questions for Mr. Day?
What you play basketball as well, right?
Yes,
So
sir,
what
I
would
do.
you say out of basketball and football, what would you say is your more favorite sport?
My favorite sport is football, only because I just like hitting. I like the contact.
Okay.
Basketball, you can't really. That's what
So
it is.
it sounds like you like defense a little bit more.
Yeah, I do. Really do.
Okay.
That's good,
I
man.
like that.
I mean, he can cover too. He'll come up and he'll lock you down.
Yeah.
He's 5'7", but he plays like he's 6'1", 6'2", and great speed. So I mean, Coach Jones got some good things over there. You got the moving Canigel.
With 25 years experience in the industry, Linex Customs OKC is your one-stop shop for all your vehicle accessory needs. Specializing in spray-in liners, lifts, levels, wheels, tires, bed covers, and anything else you need to make your ride look and sound better. Call Eric and the boys at 405-778-8878.
All right, welcome back to Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports with the QBs of the Metro. Like I said, we're having a great show. We got Dequasie, we got Tapley from Bethel, we got Mr. Cinco from Del City, and Mr. Dede from Del City. Two young men that's battling for a quarterback position, but they both know they can help the team in any way. But guys, we're gonna end this real quick, but we're gonna have a little bit of fun. We're gonna start with you, Mr. Tapley, real quick. So I know you got to go hit and get ready for Atlanta. If there's one quarterback out there that you kind of look up to, no matter what class he's in, who would you say?
Shoot.
You never thought about it.
Maybe still Wassel.
Okay.
Yeah. So what kind of makes him, unique that you like, man, that kid got game? What stands out in his game to you?
Just how he can keep a play alive in his arm talent.
That's definitely his strength.
That's strength. You're right. That's what the young
His
man got to be.
I like his confidence too. Some people don't like it, but I kind of like it.
Oh, you got to be cocky as a quarterback, man. You got to live on the edge a little bit. Brent Favre, Tom Brady. You looked at Tom Brady. He looked like he can be an ass. So excuse my French. We keep it 100 here, but Tom Brady looked like a guy that, hey, man, if he played for you, you're going to route. He gonna let you know about it. So I think that's what you got to be as a QB, because you're the leader. You're the captain of the field. You guys is on this show right here. That's why we have you guys on here. You're the one that's gonna get it started on Friday night. Everybody come pay that $10 to come watch you guys. Mr. Dequasie, who's the quarterback that you look up to? No matter what class he in, there's somebody that you say, man, he got game.
You talking about just high school only?
High school. Yeah, high school.
Oh, I'm about to. High school only. I don't really have one. I usually look up to people that are like above me. So like in my case, I kind of look up to Brady just because he knows the game inside and out so much. I kind of inspired to kind of know the game like that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Brady's a good guy.
I
Like
want to
said,
know the game better.
Yeah. Archie, got a question for Reed?
Let's see. I'm gonna try to stump him. No, I'm gonna keep it fun. Reed, what's your pregame ritual traditions? Like, is there anything that you do every game before the game, or you just like a go-to snacks or something?
Not really any like food. I text my grandma. She sends me this text message that she used to my parents whenever they were younger. Just like run past you, run past you, go run past you. She says it to me every time.
Yeah.
Then I walk the field, and I usually just listen to music and kind of get locked in, and I can visualize what's to happen.
So what do you usually have it on your playlist? What's on there?
Country all day.
Country. You little Garth Brooks.
No, Zach Bryan.
Okay, that's good stuff.
All right.
Hey,
Put
George,
you on.
so big, that's good stuff. He said, I was hoping you say some Little John. Okay.
I ain't like listen to Lil Jon anymore.
Oh, I'm showing my age. So George, there's a QB that you look up to. Who would you say?
Probably the quarterback from Booker T. I can't think of his name right now though.
Yeah. So what do you like about his game that you see like, man, I like his game?
Probably his explosiveness, the way he makes plays, gets wide receivers open.
That's big time. Yeah, you guys got a Facebook with you last year at home. They beat you guys, but you guys, you recovered from it and went on and did your thing. Did y'all beat Booker T or did they beat y'all?
They beat us last year.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the only game y'all had lost until you got to Sand Spring. So
Yes,
Dad, what about you, man? What quarterback you look up to?
I look up to Jacoby Smith from
Dale City.
our old quarterback. It's just his toughness and the way he run the ball. He's a big dude to take down. He's a leader.
I'm sorry, RT.
Nah, he was still talking. Said he was a leader, and what else?
No, I was just saying his leader and his toughness.
Okay.
Oh, big stuff. So what's your pregame? What do you listen to or eat or do before a game?
I just throw on Young Boy and
Young
go
boy.
crazy.
Okay. Go crazy.
You get crump real big.
Yeah, it turned me up.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay. So here's more of a serious question. What do you want to be most remembered for once you graduate from Dale City?
Probably like my work ethic, work harder than everybody else on the field at all times, or just because of size, and you just gotta stand out in some way. And I think my work
Definitely. You know what I like about that? Sports is only going to carry you so far. But no matter what you do in life, whether it's your career, it's your family, it's being a father, being a big bro, mentor, coach, you got to lead by example. And if you got a good work ethic, it's going to take you as far as you want to go. Talent will only take you so far, but that consistency every single day, no matter what it is, you bring that same energy, same commitment, you'll go as far as you want to go. So I like that.
That's good. That's big stuff. George, what about you? What's your pregame, meal and what you listen to?
I usually get a text from my mom before the game starts, and that pretty much like gets my mind ready. And I'm listening to some music, some Lil Baby probably.
Lil Baby, I like Lil Baby. Lil Baby, Little Dirk. Sorry about your favorites. My kids got to hit me. I couldn't tell you one of the words of their song, but I like the beats they have. But that's good stuff, though, man.
Man, it's nothing. Going back to what you said, you had the conversation with your mom. Some of the kids don't have an opportunity to do that, but whether it's your mom, your dad, your grandparents, your guardian, big bro, or whatever, just having someone that close that is one of your biggest fans and supporters to talk to, that right there is going to turn you on to where you're going to have a nice game for whomever is there. You're going to show out once you show up. So I kind of like that. You know what I mean? Even at your age, Miss Peggy will call you and and say happy birthday or how you doing. It just does something to you.
Lights you up.
Yeah.
It's like candles.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Tarpley, we're gonna come back to you real quick. What's your kind of pregame meal, and what do you listen to? There. Bryce, you there?
He's on mute. Bryce, you're on mute. If you can hear us.
Oh, my bad. I usually get
That's all
calzone
right.
before every game. We have this little gas station where all our football players go to right after school.
We can do a show there.
So what kind of calzone you get? You get a combination. You kind of get meat and cheese. Or what do you like? I love calzones too. I'm a big calzone guy.
It's just like a pizza, like folded up, and it's just like sausage and cheese and some pepperoni in it.
Cheese. So what's your favorite? What do you usually listen to when you're out there warming up, getting yourself ready for the game? What do you usually have in your playlist?
I listen to country.
I'm telling you, I think you and Reed are long lost cousins.
I listen to Lil Baby too.
That's good stuff. Tapley, like I said, I know you're the youngest guy on this show, but you've done some big things. Your sister's a great athlete too, and you guys are twins, right?
Yes, sir.
So who's a better athlete? Who's a better athlete? You or her? Keep it 100. Keep it 100.
I'm gonna go with me. I'm more quick and fast. She's more long distance. She's still really fast, but she got more stamina than me.
So I'm gonna ask you this question though, since you are a great football player and baseball player, what do you plan on doing in college?
It's probably baseball.
That's good stuff. So what position do you play in baseball?
I play center field.
Center field? That's good. You know, it's funny that, most QBs play shortstop or second base. It's good to see a young man in outfield because, as a young age, every mom and dad want their kid to play second base, shortstop, third. Pitcher. But here you are, a guy with a great arm out there with good speed playing center field. And good thing about that, going into college, you can play all three positions, center, left, or right, and it's going to give you a good chance to get a better scholarship. So
not only that, sometimes they allow you to play both football and baseball.
So that's good stuff. So Kyler Murray did it though. So yeah. So Tap, who do y'all open up the season with?
Class and SA something.
They got
class.
a kid in the top 100.
Yeah, they got they got this one kid he's pretty good.
So have you guys started watching film on him yet?
No, we haven't yet.
Okay. Well, I'm about to get on the Coach Gid and get y'all ready for the game, man. I mean, y'all don't play 0 week, do you?
No, week 1. We usually just scrimmage and just get ready for the first week.
Well, I'll tell you guys, man, it's good to have you guys on the show, man. I mean, glad you guys took out your time on a Sunday afternoon to come join, Keep It 100, from the top QBs on this side of the state, and when we picked you guys and we wanted to let everybody know what we got on this side of the state, I know we don't have DJ or Still on, but I think you guys, in your right minds, are some of the top QBs in the state of Oklahoma, and people get to see who you are. Like I said, when you guys get this, tweet it out, let people know, you did this. And one thing about this show that we like to help young men, all four of you guys, is that it gives you a chance to talk in front of the camera. It makes your speaking skills better. I tell you, when doing this, my son, he was a very good speaker, but he started doing this kind of show and doing these kind of things. It just makes him better. Adrian Peterson was a guy that, if you spoke to him, he stuttered a lot, but the more and more you do speaking and talking in front of cameras, because you guys, one thing about it, you're always going to have a camera in y'all's face because y'all are QBs. If you go out over 350 yards and 4 touchdowns, guess what? OK Prep, Vibe, they're going to be right in your face. They're going to want you to talk. But you guys are all four of you guys have done a great job of doing this, and I wish every one of you guys can win a state championship. I know it's going to be hard for Delsey to call out because they got to go through each other to win it. With Bryce, I hope you go do your thing and win a state championship, okay? Guys, you have any questions for me or anything for me before we get out of here?
No, sir.
No, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me out.
Appreciate you guys, though, man. Hey, tell everybody about what's the name of this show?
Keep it 100.
Keep it 100.
That's what I'm talking about, guys. We appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a great evening.
You
You too.